my name is Elizabeth and welcome back to the Ellery. Today I'm going to be doing monthly recommendations. Monthly recommendations is a Goodreads group that was created by Trina from Between Chapters and Kayla at Kayla Brain, and basically they give us a topic every single month and we recommend books based on that topic. I love doing this recommendation series. It's a lot of fun and Trina and Kayla do a really great job organizing it, so thank you so much, ladies, and I will link all the information and Trina and Kayla's YouTube channels down below. This month we are recommending books with monsters. Monster Mash. Okay, I'm done. I just really like that song. So, yes, this month we are doing Monster Mash, talking about and recommending all of the books with the monsters, the ghosts, and the angels, and the demons, and the witches, and the Frankensteins, and all the monsters. So let's get started. The first book has a ghost, and that, of course, is Tokyo Ghost by Rick Remender, and I love this series. You guys know that I love this series. This is a 10-issue comic series. They have both of the bind-ups out right now, I believe. If not, the second one is coming out very soon, and this is a futuristic science fiction about a world that has no green, no plants. You know, they're running out of oxygen, everyone is obsessed and addicted to technology, and the Tokyo Ghost is trying to come and save the day and save humanity from itself, and I won't tell you which character is the Tokyo Ghost because you don't find out until like the middle of the first story arc, but it's really good and the Tokyo Ghost is badass. I have read a bunch of fae books because as a little girl, I loved Tinkerbell and fairies, and if there were fairies in movies, I really enjoyed that. You know, Ferngully, all of those things. So when I started reading young adult books and I would read fairy books, I never liked one, not one. I just couldn't find a fairy book that I liked until ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas. This is the epitome of amazing fairy fae books, in my opinion. I love this series. ACOTAR and ACOMAF were just like so good. I cannot get enough of this series. I cannot wait for the third one to come out, but it's going to be like forever until that happens. But basically our main character, Feyre, is taken into the fairy land because she accidentally kills a fae that is disguised as a wolf, and she has to kind of give her life up to replace the fae life that she took, and it's just amazing, you guys. Read it. Rebel of the Sands is my favorite book that features genies, and there are also like these mythical genie horse things, and it's just really cool. At first when I started reading Rebel of the Sands, I was kind of like not excited about it because the whole Western gunslinger type vibe really threw me off. I was expecting this to be kind of like a Middle Eastern desert feel, or like something to that effect, more like Aladdin, you know, or something like that, and I just didn't get that feel from it. But once I accepted it for what it was, I just loved the story. I really liked the characters, and then the genie aspects and the mythical aspects and the magic were just really interesting. Truth Witch features one of my favorite magic systems and therefore my favorite witches. The idea of having a truth witch where someone can tell if you're lying or not is really interesting. There are also thread witches, and a thread witch can see like these invisible threads that connect you to your best friend or you to your true love, and I just think that's really cool. And then of course there are wind witches that I didn't get much about in the first book, but I believe they obviously control the weather or something to that effect, and I just think it's really cool, especially the thread witch idea that someone can just see these threads that can combine other people, and if they're your best friend, then you're like a thread sister, and I just think that's really interesting. Like, I've never seen that type of magic system in a book, and so I fell in love with that magic system, and I cannot wait for Wind Witch to come out next year. The Looking Glass Wars is an Alice in Wonderland retelling series that I read earlier this year with Chloe for the Once When I Read Along, and I had read other Alice in Wonderland retellings before that were okay but didn't wow me like this one did, and I wasn't really expecting it to be really good. And then for the monster that's in this series, there's all kinds. There's, you know, the cat, but he's like, in this series he's very big and more monsterish, I would assume, and then there's just like all these different types of monsters, but not with like the negative connotation that you know usually have with the word monsters. But anyhow, there's lots of different kinds of monsters and creatures in this series, and it's so good. The best Alice in Wonderland retelling series that you will find out there. And last, I want to recommend The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine. I read this earlier this year, again with Chloe, for the Once Upon a Read-Along, and again, I really enjoyed this book. My monsters featured in this one are witches. The magic system in this series isn't as unique as other magic systems, but it was really the characters and the plot that drove me to really love this series. The main villain is just so evil. Like, if you read the Lunar Chronicles, she's like Queen Lavanna evil, maybe even worse, because she just gets off on torturing people, but then our, main character is trying to fight her. I believe it's her stepmother. The queen is our main character's stepmother. It's a Snow White retelling, and it's just very, very good. Our love interest is from another country, and they can turn into dragons, which is just amazing. I loved everything about this book, and I'm really excited for the next one in the series to come out. Alright guys, that's it for my recommendations. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also check out all those links below where you can follow me on Twitter or Goodreads or Snapchat or any of my other social medias. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!